Hello and welcome to video 12. This is the second video on mapping, and we're going to be using online ArcGIS to make some pretty figures. So here's a few examples of the types of figures that others have made with the online ArcGIS program. So perhaps you want to show a specific region, such as a watershed or a place where runoff might be impacting a water body. Maybe you want to show a particular location, such as farmers markets or schools or factories. Or this is called a heat map, and it uses colors to show distance away from something or the impact of something. You could also use it to show how many people live in a certain area, that sort of thing. So how do we use it? So I always find it, as you know, I don't like to remember addresses, so I Google Explorer for ArcGIS, and then it's the top one. And when you get to this website, there are apps to download. Feel free to use those if you like. You also can scroll down and look at some tutorials or some assistance. But in order to actually use the program, you need to go up to the top right corner here and click Sign In. It's not that obvious, unfortunately, but it's at the top right corner. And I'll click Sign In. And then you're going to have to create an account. So create a public account down here. I'm just going to log in with mine. Here it is. And sign in. Oh, there you go. Okay, so the only difference between the opening page and this page now that I am signed in is that now instead of sign in, it says my name up here. I can put a profile. I don't have to. You might want to use your email address that we created for the class as part of your profile so that others in the class can find you. Let's see. So say I want to create a map. So I can go to the map. The gallery page gives some examples. So let's go to gallery first. So this shows a lot of examples of the types of maps you can create. If you go to map, you can create your own map. And it even gives you little suggestions or hints on how to do that over here. So choose an area. We want to choose New York. New Hampshire. New Hampshire would be a good idea. So I'm going to scroll in using the buttons on New Hampshire. There she is. And a little bit more. So if this is the area that I'm interested, say something about Concord. Now up at the top, step number 2 on the left here, it says choose a base map. And you notice that same little icon is over here at the top where it says select base map. So there's a lot of options. Imagery, so I can get the satellite view. I can select the topo map if I'm interested in that. At this scale, it's kind of hard to read. I can select the USGS national map, whatever I want, whatever I think is going to give me the clearest view of what I'm looking at. I'm going to go with just the imagery with labels. I liked that one. And now I can add some more things to my map. So see this little plus add at the top. I can search for layers. And there's a lot of layers that are already existing within ArcView. So maybe I want to include breakfast beverages or microbreweries. Sounds like fun. So you can scroll through them, see if there's anything that looks like something that you might be interested in. Transportation by state sounds good. So maybe I'm interested in trying to look at how roads are impacting my watershed. Now notice that it's covered the whole thing with green, so it may not be the best solution, so I can just remove it again. Might not be the best layer to include. So notice that there's 10,000 choices. So say I do want to include transportation. Instead of just scrolling down, I can include transportation. Transportation. And these are the options that come up. Now only 418. So a little bit easier to deal with. So airports. Let's see if there's an airport in my map area. Add to map. So there's an airport right there. There's also a little airport in Henniker. Not sure if you realize that. So those are some things that you can add. Notice that you can also add some map notes. So if I click on map notes, maybe I want to add a right arrow here and put plane direction if I think that that's the direction that the planes are going, for instance. You can edit the shape by clicking here, change symbol, which allows you to change the color, the transparency, the width, so forth. And then you can, if I can get this closed, you can save your document here. Save. There's a measure tool right up here at the top. If I click on that, I can find area using this first box that shows the little quadrants. I can use this second box to show area, and then this last one is for location. So that gives me the longitude and latitude of my point in degrees. Here's area. If I click here and click here, gives me the distance, so 5.39 miles, kilometers, 8.68. And notice that it keeps following my cursor until I double click. So the same thing for area. I can draw an area, and then it'll keep following my cursor around until I double click. And so this is 15.7 square miles within that box, or 40.8 square kilometers. So say I really like this figure that I've drawn and I want to use it someplace. I can hit print. It opens up a new window and it gives me a figure that I've created. I can right click. I can save it to my drive. I can copy the image, which is what I would like to do. I can even copy the image URL and attach that to a website, or I can embed the figure directly in a file, for instance in PowerPoint or Word or whatever you'd like. So poke around a little bit in this website. There's a lot of different capabilities. If you're interested if the program can do something, you might want to look at the gallery to get some examples and have fun with it. It's a really fun program. Thank you very much for watching video 12.